Hello and welcome once again. In this video, I'm going to show you another mouse, but this is going to be much more simpler and easier, and it hasn't got much details, but it's a fun, easy project. And it's a kind of beginner, but it has a little bit of an armature. And I'm using pipe cleaners, and I want the mouse to be really small. I wanted to make a very small mouse. I'm just getting around 6 centimeters, and that's going to include the head. I've halved it, the other one, so I'm using two pipe cleaners, and these two bits are going to be the limbs. I'm just going to cut it in half, and just around 4 centimeters is going to be the head, so the mouse is going to be around 5 centimeters. So once I've bended the neck where the head is going to be, I'm just going to roll over and tighten a piece of pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to cut it. So I've got two equal length arms. I'm giving it another twist so it's more secure, and the pipe cleaner that's bent at the back is going to be the tail. So these are the legs. Same way, I'm just going to twist it over, and this is a very simple armature, not getting into too much details, not individual fingers or toes, just a very simple, easy mouse, and it looks cute. So this is the skeleton and the length of the tail that I need. And I'm going to flatten it, and then I'm going to wrap wool around it. And I'm using cordial slivers again because slivers are easier to get on to the wire. So I'm using a very thin strand. I'm going to start wrapping it from the head, just twisting it around and making a crossover where the arms are, so it forms a kind of a chest, in the same way around the legs, so you get thighs, so it's under and over like a cross. Not getting the cross quite right. There you go. And then I'm going to felt it down. You just need a bit of stabbing to hold it in place, and then I'm going to build upon that. I'm bending over the sharp edges of the ends of the pipe cleaner, wrapping wool. You need very little wool on the arms because I don't want them to get really fat, because I'm going to cover them with the color I'm going to use as well. Just need very tiny bits of wool on the limbs. Going to build more onto the head and body. And the pointy edge is going to be the nose. So you have to go around and make sure that the pointy edge is not too thick and it remains pointy. Stamped it down and just determining where the eyes are going to be, and using my multi-tool to go over it. And as you can see, I've maintained the pointy edge, just laying it down flat. Now stabbing from all around so it forms a triangle, and I know where the eyes are going to be. And you can make it as fat as you want. Using my needle for the definition of the nose and the little line of a mouth underneath the nose. Now I'm going to make very small eyes, and I'm using very small bit of black wool, just putting it in and stabbing it in circular motion so it forms the shape. And I'm going to make the shape a bit more prominent with more wool. So these are just little tiny balls. I'm going to take more wool and then go around the balls to give it a shape of the eye. Mice have really pointy uh, faces, so I'm just trimming off some of the wool from top of the nose area so I get a nice cone shape. Once you've felt it well enough, it helps trimming off bits if you need, and doesn't spoil anything. So now I've got the shape of the head right. Now I'm going to cover it with some grays. I'm going to make a gray mouse. You can use any color you want. And as this is a simple project, not adding fur, just covering it with carded wool. For the cheeks, I'm using a little bit more wool, like I've got a thick chunk in my hand. I'm building it down so it's forming the cheeks and going around the eyes. Carefully. Carefully. Lost my voice there. using a little um, bits of light colored wool to form tiny mouth. Two little blobs right underneath the nose, so that forms a mouth, and have to make sure I don't lose the pointy face, so it has to be really small, and make sure you've got the shape right. Using a little bit of pink color for the nose. And felting down a little piece. That's going to be the mouth, and attach it to the neck. Once the color is done, I'm making the eyes a bit more prominent and shaping them a bit to have a pointy edge, like the eyes are almond shaped. Now I'm going to make the ears. So I've taken the lighter color that I used. I'm making two little circles and got the mouse at hand just to see the size is right. Yeah, that should do. So it's a very small little ear, and have to make it nice rounded. I'm going to make two of them and then attach them. This is the ear. I've finished the bottom, and there's a lot of fluffy end, so it's easy to attach. Just use my pins to put them in place, and then I'm going to fill them down with my needle and remove the pins. And then I'm going to cut off the extra edges and make it neat. So the very tiny ears are attached. For the little shirt, or it's kind of a sleeveless shirt or a vest, I'm just felting flat some blue colored wool and just shorted the back, so I've added a patch. So I've got it all around the mouse. And for the tiny straps, felted down a thin strip and gone around the shoulders. For the little buttons, I've used a yarn and just gone in circular motion. It's a tiny piece of yarn and just felted it around so it forms a tiny button. For the hat, I'm using the same blue colored wool, and I'm making a circle. So it's a small circle. And when it's nice and tidy and firm, I'm felting it on to the head. So it's like the perfect size. Now I'm wrapping the tail with the same colored carded wool that I used for the ears. And here it is. The very simple mouse is done. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you'll make it. Thank you very much for watching.